So you know what's really funny about Bret is that Bret's like my all-time fave, and we know that. We've discussed that on the pod, I'm sure, before.
Yeah.
Salty Bret is a real thing, and every now and then he'll do an interview where he just comes across as so bitter and so salty, and people kind of crap on him for it. I love it. I think it's amazing. When he did that interview where he said he thinks Triple H is a 4 out of 10 wrestler, I just thought it's like so funny. He's like, he did one the other day talking about modern wrestling. Actually, maybe he would like the podcast because apparently
I think he would.
He's not a fan of modern day wrestling, so maybe he'd like the podcast. And actually, I do have beef with Bret Hart because twice Bret Hart put me in the sharpshooter. So, and he never it's funny, he's talking about Hulk Hogan holding him down and Hogan wouldn't let Bret beat him. Well, Bret Hart put me in the sharpshooter, okay? And then 6 months later, he comes up to me on another show. He goes, "Oh, should we do the sharpshooter thing again?" And I'm thinking, I did the favor for you before. Couldn't you come up to me today and say, "Hey, you know what, Marty? I put you in the sharpshooter before. This show, you could put me in the chicken wing." No, it's all about Bret. Let's put you in the sharpshooter. Bret's already retired at this point. I've got a career ahead of me. You'd think they'd want to pass the torch to me. Let me put him in the chicken wing, get myself over. But no. It's all about Bret. So I feel like right now, how Bret felt in this promo in 2000, where he's very angry that Hogan won't let him beat him. That was actually a fun story. It's it's a show for Rev Pro in London in York Hall, and Bret's on the show. And I'm wrestling Tanahashi in the main event, and Bret Hart was supposed to be like the special. I don't know if he was an enforcer or just like the guest of honor, or was going to celebrate with the winner, whatever it was. Realistically, he was brought there to do a meet and greet because obviously a lot of people want to meet Bret and make lots of money. But Bret Hart wasn't scheduled to do anything, definitely wasn't booked to do anything physical. And I think once he saw the show and saw, oh, this is a really good show and the crowd's really, really hot and everything else, he was like, oh, maybe I should do something. He comes backstage. I mean, we're downstairs in the dressing room, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Marty, do you think we should do the sharpshooter tonight? Do you think I should do the sharpshooter?" And I'm like, yes, like 100%. Then he goes, "Do you mind if I just practice it on you quickly?" And I'm thinking, you're Bret Hart, mate. I think you know how to do the sharpshooter.
You know how to do a sharpshooter by now, yeah.
But I'm like, okay. So we're all backstage, and it's funny because all the boys, they're all sat in their chairs with their backs against the wall, and everyone's just like silent, just like watching Bret. And I lay down on my back on the floor of the locker room as Bret kind of grabs my legs and starts to put me in the sharpshooter backstage, while everyone just sits there in silent watching, being like, Marty's getting put in the sharpshooter. So like he gets me in it, turns me over, and he's like, "Yep, all good." And I'm like, "Cool." Like clearly he'd done it on other shows and people didn't work with him, and he fell over or something else. So yeah, it was. I actually posted the picture recently on my Instagram. It's me in the sharpshooter, and Tanahashi is there, like acting as the referee, and people are like, "This is the most bizarre wrestling picture ever." Bret Hart, Tanahashi, and Marty Scurll. So I'm glad that I got to work with Bret, but it would have been nice for him to return the favor and pass the torch by letting me put him in the chicken wing. Maybe one day I'll get my revenge.